Yo, what's going on? It's Bakari B. Demore coming back at you again. Appreciate your time. Whoever come to the channel, listen to what I got to say. All right. So on this video today, I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. That in America, we still very much do have racism, and racism does exist. We can see these scenarios and situations play themselves out in real time. Let's look at this here, right? Karmelo Anthony situation, right? Where it seems to be that this young man, Metcalf, rest in peace to the young man, but it seems as if people are mad because the aggressor is the victim. And now they want to disregard him being an aggressor and only have him seen as a victim, right? And that right there is the playbook that white supremacy has always played. They have always made themselves seem to be, right, victims. They talk about the race card not being played when they invented the race card. And now, right, they complained and they cried when this young brother Karmelo Anthony was receiving money. But they forget Kyle Rittenhouse. They forget Daniel Penny. They got millions. They received millions of dollars for killing people. So it seems to be that what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. Because they want us to believe, right, that this young man that doesn't have a criminal record is a good student, good kid, right? They want us to believe that, as Hillary Clinton would have explained it, that he was a super predator, right? That he was a thug. That, let's just be real, he was a nigger. And like we in 16, 19 or something, where you can't look at one of these people, you can't address one of these people. And I'm talking about these individuals that had this supremacist ideology, like they better than somebody. And then they want to play victim, the snowflakes. So they have not only threatened this young brother, they've threatened his family, they've doxed their address, they've did a lot of things, right? And hate, and just simple hate. And it's funny to see that people won't look at the truth for being the truth that it really is. And what do I mean by that? As if the Klan still ain't here. If this very disgusting organization, ideology, ain't still alive and well, you crazy in your mind. And we can see that in real time. And to gentlemen like Reverend Jordan Maxwell. What's his name? Jordan something. Disgusting. Disgusting. Calling him a thug, saying he need the death penalty, and you supposed to be a preacher. You are the house Negro that we was always warned about. And it's crazy to see people that look like myself take this, like that pastor that reverend I'm telling you about. He took a stance and spewed out the same hate that a lot of white Americans are spewing out to this young man. This is a child, a good kid. And just because the optic that a young so-called black boy defended himself from an aggressive thug, and what happened. Because we could go with the narrative too. I've been seeing reports, these two brothers, they think, which a lot of the time, this is the mindset of these people. They always going around the world trying to bring democracy and all this type of other stuff, colonize, imperialize the minds of the people. It ain't going, man. People tired of that, and they ain't going along with it. And people ain't afraid of you. You know what I mean? All you keyboard internet trolls. That's where you feel most peaceful at, is behind that keyboard, because you ain't gonna really get out in real life and do anything. You're just gonna be a coward that you've always been. And when you look at they organizations, they always do coward stuff, Dylan Roofs and all that type of stuff. So when you look at these individuals, right, they not only harassing this Anthony family, death threats. The FBI didn't have to put the judge. They harassing her too, death threats. They didn't have to give security to this woman just because she's residing on a case. Now, what type of 1916 birth of a nation clan mentality, mob mentality is this? These are the same people that want to get rid of so-called critical race theory, because they're going to be exposed for the demons and the devils that they truly are. So today I just wanted to basically let YouTube, let the Anthony family, we stand with that young man. We support him. That's why we put our money where our mouth was. We support the young brother in his fight for justice, because he defended himself from a Neanderthal thug, and I'll be the first to say it here. Because who do you think you are, where you gonna rob somebody, take their belongings, and make them move somewhere because you don't want them there? As Clayton Bigsby said in one of Dave Chappelle's skits, we in Trump's America now. And what I mean by that is it's a whole new day. Niggas ain't taking that. No, we not. So I'm saying all this to say, we stand with the brother. Y'all could send y'all threats. You know what I mean? They got security, and the truth and justice will be served at the end of the day. That's all I'm concerned about for this young brother. He ain't gonna do no time because he wasn't in the wrong. He was defending himself. That truth will come out. All right? And to all those white Americans that are butthurt You know, you guys have slogans like FAFO, and you guys always think that you're the savior. You're the I'm like you the omnipresence, like you God, like somebody has to look up to you, and you the hero. Well, not in this situation. Y'all better stop thinking like that before you get yourself hurt. More people would be hurt trying to wear those shoes of some so-called hero. This ain't no Marvel movie. This ain't no DC flick. You ain't Bruce Wayne. You ain't Batman. You ain't Clark Kent. You ain't Tony Starks. So you can see on Twitter and also by the threats that the judge and the Anthony family have received, this young man has received, the hateful things that's going out on social media. Shout out Church Socks. Hey man, racism is still here in America and it's alive and well. And we ain't afraid. And we will confront it. And y'all can FA and FO. Y'all can fuck around and find out if y'all want to. So just leave us alone. Mind your business. We gonna mind ours. And that's how we can coexist and cohabitate on this earth. But that day where y'all thought y'all ain't master no more. We ain't prisoners of war no more. So leave us alone. Stop being trolls. Stop being cowards, which y'all really is. And the truth will come out and justice will be served. Peace.